Welcome everybody to this afternoon's edition webinar, Holiday and People with Disabilities, Scams and Frauds. This is the final installment of our three-part series on scams and frauds. Before we begin, just have a few housekeeping items for you. If everyone would remain muted, and if you have questions, you can put those questions in the Q&A box, and then we will answer those questions at the end of the webinar. Also, the closed caption is available by clicking the closed caption button at the bottom of your screen for those who are in need of that, so that you'll be able to participate in the webinar. Before we get started today, I turn it over to our guest speaker. I'd like to go over briefly about the CIL services. Our mission at CIL of Northwest Florida is to promote, educate, facilitate, and assist and advocate with and on behalf of people with disabilities in partnership with their communities to achieve their goals for independence. We serve Escambia, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton counties. We have 5 core services: individual and systems advocacy, information and referral, independent living skills training, peer counseling and mentoring, and transition services, to include youth transition and diversion from nursing home. Other programs include assistive technology programs, amplified telephone program, equipment loan, durable medical equipment loan at no charge to the consumer, social and recreational activities, support groups, and community education and training. And we are regional consultants for all 5 titles of the Americans with Disabilities Act. You can reach us at 850-595-5566. They can get you in touch with the right person that you need to speak with. You can visit us as well at 21 South Tarragona Street, Suite 101 in Pensacola, Florida, 32502. You can join us, email us if you have a question or a concern or need an appointment at info@cilnwf.org. or visit our website, www.cilnwf.org. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our guest speaker. And thank you for joining us today.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ivonne Perez-Suarez, and I am the Consumer Outreach Coordinator with the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. We are a state agency, and at the current time, we are headed by Florida Commissioner of Agriculture, Nicole Nikki-Fried. And she's our Commissioner, again, of Agriculture. So why contact our department when it comes to consumer-related issues, consumer fraud, scams? And because within our division, we serve as the clearinghouse in the state of Florida for everything that is consumer information or to report complaints. So why would you contact us? There are 3 reasons. Because you want to check a business or a charity before doing business or before giving money. You want to file a complaint with us, or you just don't know exactly where to go to with your concern or with your complaint. So within our department, there are certain programs that we regulate. So these programs are industries. And if you have a business that falls under one of these industries, or you have a complaint, or you see a fraud or scam, something going on, you can contact us because we oversee them. And here's a list of them, just to go over some of them. Health studios, which is your gyms, your Pilates studios, your motor vehicle repair shops, your pawnbrokers, interstate moving companies. The holidays are here, so people are buying their airline tickets or travels. We oversee the travel agencies, the independent travelers, the folks soliciting contributions for non-for-profit organizations. We also oversee that, telemarketing. So there is a wide range of industries that we cover, and those are under our regulatory programs. So just to go over what was done last year. Last year, we received 35,000 different complaints that we processed. Almost $2.4 million were returned to Floridians, and also we received 190,274 calls, chats, emails. Sorry. So these were the top complaints last year: unsolicited communications, moving and storage facilities, the landlord tenant, the petroleum, the motor vehicle repair shops. Those were our top complaints for last year. Now, what is a scammer? What is the profile of the person that's doing this? Well, they follow the headlines. As the headlines change, so will the scams. They are professional. They know exactly how to take advantage of people, and they use high pressure tactics and appeal to emotion. There's a certain rush to their need. You need to wire me the money. You need to send me the money. If it doesn't, if we don't receive it, we'll have law enforcement at your house, or something else horrible can take place. So that's the kind of thing that they do. So scammers, they pretend to be someone that you trust. They create a sense of urgency. They use intimidation and fear, and they use untraceable payment methods like your money wires, reloadable gift cards or gift cards, that kind of thing. So the top 10 ID facts and statistics. It happens every 2 seconds. It happens in the medical industry. Your child ID can be stolen. It can happen online or offline. Social media makes you more susceptible. That means the kind of information that you put out on your social media pages. There were over 7 million victims last year. More than 1 billion records were leaked. Identity thieves could steal everything that you have. It can take millions of hours to recover, and you can minimize but not eliminate the risk. And unfortunately, that's a fact. So what are the repercussions of being scammed? So a lot of people do not want to report be a victim of a fraud or a scam because they feel ashamed that they have fallen into this trap. And many don't report it, or because they feel ashamed, or they feel people are going to tell them, well, how could you not have seen it coming? So, physical and the repercussions because of that can be physical and emotional problems, inability to recover, loss of independence, diminishing the quality of life, increased worry, low self-esteem, withdrawal, feelings of shame. So this is something that we have to help people with, and we can help them feel bad because they have been a victim. So why is it important to end the shame blame? Okay, why it matters? Because more victims will report the crime. Family relationships will be protected. Police will recognize it as a crime. The prosecutors will take on more fraud cases, and policymakers will act to address the scourge. So if we are not aware of what's going on, it's very hard for us to monitor or even act upon it. So it's the holidays, and we want to make sure that everyone is safe, and especially those in our community that are more vulnerable. We want to make sure that everybody gets this information. Is really, really important. So what are the top 12 scams of Christmas, as we call it, or the holidays? So the number one, it's the lookalike websites. We have to be extra careful with those. Those are, phony websites that you may think are from popular brands. So when you receive an email, just make sure that the symbols on the top of the email starts with HTTPS in their URL. Okay, that means that's indication that it's a secure site. So phishing email, it's scammers, they pose as legitimate sources in the hopes of tricking people into handing over personal information, like passwords and account numbers. Phony social media ads as well. When scrolling, through the social media, don't be duped by highly targeted ads from unfamiliar retailers. This is also something that your children need to be very careful with. Because they do a lot of targeting with the kids and just the younger population overall. And number 4, it's the Secret Santa social media gift exchanges. It's an invitation to participate in an anonymous holiday gift exchange on social media, and you can expose your private information to strangers who are actually looking to steal your identity. These seasonal employment scams, so like your secret shoppers, they'll send you we'll send you a check to buy products, and then they tell you to deposit it in your account via ATM or mobile deposit channel and wire part of the money back to them for fees or taxes. So be careful, be very careful with that, because a lot of people like to go into just a part-time job or something, make a little extra money during the holidays. The delivery scams, they're posing as delivery companies. Scammers will send urgent text or email alerts claiming you need to click a link to provide personal information to receive your package. The puppy scams, this is a very popular one. So you think you're getting a puppy, you want to, it's a great time of the year, especially to give kids a puppy. Be careful when buying a puppy, especially if you do pay to pay online, especially around the holidays. Scammers, they lure their victims in with cute puppy pictures and ask for upfront deposits. And they do this. They ask you to pay via prepaid gift card or wire transfers. Please don't transfer any money unless you know exactly who you're going to be transferring the money to, because at the end you'll send the money, you'll never get the puppy. So bogus charities, that's also on the rise this time of the year. Just make sure that you know where your donations are going. In the state of Florida, like I said before, everything, all the charitable organizations that run and solicited money in the state of Florida, that is something that we oversee. So if you want to check a charity, we have the Check a Charity link, and you can see the charities, how they spend their monies, and if it's actually a charity that is registered within the state. And with us, okay? They may even contact you pretending to be a charity that may be similar in the name of a well-known established charity. So just be extra careful about that. Sketchy payment methods, they want to always have you pay with methods that are very hard to trace, such as wire transfers, cryptocurrency, gift cards, peer-to-peer payment apps like Venmo and Cash App. If you're shopping for gifts and someone only accepts an unusual form of payment, that's a red flag. So be very, very careful about that. Fake travel giveaways, watch out for the holiday travel offers that may seem too good to be true. If someone is contacting you out of the blue offering a steep discount on vacation packages or airfare or lodging, just make sure to check with us first. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The card skimmers, that's something to be extra careful with around all year round, but especially during the holidays, especially because a lot of people are taking road trips, and the skimmers are located at the gas pumps They're very tiny devices. You will not be able to see them. And by the time those devices read your credit card at the pump, they've already stolen your money, and they can be anywhere. You can be pumping your car gas in Miami or in Central Florida or in Pensacola, and the person that has the information they will receive via text, because that's how it works. Via text, they'll receive your contact information and your credit card information, and they can be anywhere in the country or in the world for that matter. So keep a close eye on all your transactions that you're doing, all your bank statements. Sneaky holiday themed apps, that's something else. So, your chat with Santa, games, all those holiday apps, especially for children are coming up. Make sure that they do not download it. Read the reviews, set permissions. If you have some free apps are designed to capture personal data, and this is extra dangerous when it comes to children. So we have to be very careful with that. What are the 14 essential tips for shopping online safety? 1, buy from online retailers that you recognize. Only work with those that you recognize and that you trust. And choose stores that use secure websites. Scrutinize the details of any online store if you're unfamiliar with them. Insist on using safe payment methods like PayPal, credit card. Please don't use your debit card, or if you have to use it the least possible. Learn the warning signs of a scam, email, or any social media ad. Always check the shipping costs. Never store your credit card details with an online store. Don't never ask them to remember that information. And create strong, secure passwords and use a password manager if you like. That's always a good idea as well. Monitor your credit and bank statements for signs of fraud, especially in December. We have to really be on top of this, and in coming January as well. Check if you see if your account details were leaked in any data breach. That always comes up in the news. Any of these large companies, if data has been breached, they will make sure that the public knows. Secure your devices with antivirus software and use a VPN. And now the VPN, you can put those devices everywhere. Watch your back when shopping in public. Where you leave your purse, where you put your purse, where you leave your gift bags. Use official shopping apps whenever possible, and sign up for identity theft protection for added security. So what are the online scams targeting holiday shoppers? 5 ways to be safer in minutes. Invest in a password manager, so that way you don't have to remember all those complex passwords yourself. Or now there are small books that they sell, and it's just for passwords. So update your web browser, turn on the banking notifications, keep an eye on your credit score. That's very important. And set up multi-factor authentication for all accounts, okay? So how to avoid scams, and this is scams in general. We all have to be careful. We can all be victims of scams, but unfortunately, the people committing these frauds and scams, they tend to target those that they feel or they see are more susceptible, such as people with disabilities, children, the elderly, immigrants, low-income communities. So we have to be extra careful in those areas. And we have to definitely look out for each other. So be suspicious. Don't trust phone numbers. So if you have your caller ID and you're not familiar with the number, let it go to voicemail, okay? Because they're also calling from trusted businesses, organizations. So don't assume it is true, okay? Because they're going through those numbers. Protect all your personal information. Make sure that you store it and a very safe place. Make copies of all your documents in case they get lost. Read the fine print for everything. The devil is always in the detail, isn't it? So do your homework, find out what's what are the trends going on. Take your time. If you're going to make any financial decision, don't succumb to pressure. Talk it over with someone. If you are not familiar with, especially if you're making an investment, just talk it over with someone that you really, really trust. Don't pay to play. So don't pay in advance for any services. There are a lot of services that are for free. So, just make sure that that you have that covered. Don't pay also for any services like home repairs. They have to guarantee something. You have to have something in writing. So don't always use traceable payments, like your credit card, for example. But wire transfer, gift cards, cash in an envelope, those are things you can't trace. And please report scams. So if you're a Florida resident or you're vacationing in Florida and unfortunately you feel you've been a victim of a fraud or scam, or you're aware that something is going on, let our department know. So quick tips to avoid: don't give out, again, personal information. Do not feel intimidated. Don't feel ashamed if it does happen and you need to report it. Don't pay with wire transfer or gift cards. We really can't say it enough. Don't rely on your caller ID. Always just let it go to voicemail. If it's something important, they'll leave a message. If it's somebody that's calling you and it says from your credit card company, never answer or never call them back at the number they left on the message. Go to your credit card, and on the back of your credit card, call the customer service number and tell them, ask them, have someone from your agency contacted me. Somebody has left this message. Okay, never respond to the number that they leave. Always go back to the original. Same thing goes for your cell phone company or anything else. Always call the number that they give in their paperwork. Ignore unsolicited offers. Okay. So if you've been a victim, first of all, report it to us in the state of Florida. There are things also that will go to the state attorney general's office. Local media has called for action lines. There's also legal services organizations. If you're using FEMA disaster assistance, then contact the Department of Homeland Security, the Inspectors General office. And if you see a scam, or you report it to the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission. But again, always contact us first at the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. We have a lot of information. We have brochures. We have our, here's a link to our website, our particular website, the Consumer Division website. And our brochures, our presentations, our website are also in Spanish. We're our Spanish speakers. And these are our numbers, 1-800-HELP-FLA in English, and 1-800-FL-AYUDA in Spanish. And again, we are here. Our offices are open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So you can call us, you can email us, or you can use our chat room. And we are available for to assist you. This is my contact information. And my office is based out of South Florida. I cover 6 counties in South Florida. But we are doing these Zoom meetings, so we can be reached anywhere in the state of Florida. And I don't know if you have any questions. I hope that you found the information useful, and I hope to see everybody again.
All right. Well, that was good. It doesn't look like we have any participants that are wanting to ask any questions. It was very informative, as the other two were. And I think, you know, scams are something that we all have to watch out for. I had an email just in the last, I think it was last week. It came from, according to the email, the president of the board, but when I called him to clarify some of the things that were in it, he never sent it at all. And basically what the email was saying was, hey, I want you to go get some gift cards for the staff. And then just take pictures of and I was like, all right, if that's what you want to do. But the numbers were off as far as, you know, how many he wanted. So I called to clarify, and that's what I found out. I almost got scammed.
Yeah. Gift cards are very popular.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Very popular. I think it was, let's see, 5 years ago, I came across, I was doing a presentation in January, and the gentleman told me he has a company, so he thought it was a good idea just to buy gift cards for his employees and some other people he worked with. And he lost $800. Every single gift card that he had purchased had been stolen. So the numbers in the back. So he lost $800 when the people were going to, I think he did Starbucks, I think it was. So when they went to purchase, no, it's already been used. And they were like, no, they gave it to me as a gift, no. So he lost $800. That was about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, yeah. So with gift cards, we have to be extremely careful. Extremely careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they steal them. They use the number in the back, and they put them back.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us today, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to attend this particular webinar. If you missed any portion of this or want to catch up on the previous ones that we did, you can visit our website at www.cilnwf.org and watch the replay. It does take a little bit of time to go through and do the transcript and everything, make sure it's all good before we put it up. So if it's not there and you want to see it, just keep looking for it. We do post them, or any other of our webinars that we've done. You can go back into the archives and look and see. So if there's something you've missed, you might have a question later on that you're not thinking of today, or maybe have a question that comes up. You can always email us at info@cilnwf.org, and we'll get that answered for you. We'll get you connected with Ivonne, and she can answer those questions, or at least get you pointed in the right direction. So if you don't think of it today, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We can always get you connected later on. I hope that everyone has a safe and prosperous holiday, restful holiday, and be on the lookout for things that are coming up as we continue to work together to help more people with disabilities become more independent and to live their best life as they see fit. So we just thank you for your time and everything, and we'll look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.